Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to today's video. Just a quick update. We will be announcing the winner from last week's video this week, so stay tuned for that. But today we're going to be focusing on meal planning in my Plum paper planner. That is like a tongue twister, and I always stutter when I say it because I have to like think about it. Along with using some happy planner gear in here, I'm going to show you the easiest system I have found to successful meal planning and to really keep you on track. It's kind of one of those things that I feel like is a goal for a lot of people, but we can get sidetracked and busy and don't always have the time to really focus on it. So today, that is what we are going to do. We are going to talk all about meal planning. For those of you who are new here, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. And for those of you who are returning, well, you already know I love you very, very much and appreciate all of you. If you have not done so already, please subscribe so you don't miss any of future videos. And I'm glad you're here. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So, of course, whatever planner you are using, this Plum paper planner. By the way, if anyone wants a discount code, email me your email address and I will get you one for 10% off. But this one has a section where you can add meal planning as one of the additional items. So I went ahead and did that. But of course, if you're using a Happy Planner, or maybe you're just including it in your Erin Condren planner, or just for that matter, using paper itself, this is the way that I have found it to be the easiest for meal planning. So I start, which I already kind of have a baseline for what I'm doing this week. And the way that this planner is broken down is you have one of these pages per month, and one box would be for each week of your planning for shopping lists. Now, I'm not going to bring this planner into the store for my shopping list, so probably what I'll use the shopping list section for is more reminders of my shopping list, but it's not actually going to be what I take into the store with me. So for this week, it is the 10th through the, gosh, I have a planner in front of me. Let me just confirm this. 15th. All right, so it's the 10th through the 15th, so I'm just going to put that up here. And then obviously it's August, but I didn't put that, so hopefully I can remember that much. Hopefully I can. And we're going to go down the line. Now, the way that I meal plan, we eat out at least once to twice a week. And I do plan for that because I like to eat out. We both work from home, and so we're home a lot. And so it's nice to be out of the house a little bit. So I do plan for eating out once to twice a week. I also, when I meal plan, I do plan out our meals. They're not so specific, though, that we won't switch a Tuesday to a Wednesday or a Wednesday to a Thursday or whatever. So I'll write down a certain number of meals. It doesn't mean we're going to eat them that day specifically, but it's just the easiest way to keep track of them if you write them down per day. And it is good to kind of go with a theme. If you feel like you can stick to that, I would highly recommend it. But for us, sometimes you wake up and you don't feel like it, you want to switch it up. So I also write down 6 meals. Sometimes one is like an audible and we don't end up making it that week. So to start, we are going to do Monday is, oh, actually, that would be, yeah, Monday. And obviously, the idea is probably like one line per meal, but I'm not doing all that. So we're just going to write down the dinner options. And that's another thing I will point out, that I normally just plan out really dinners and I have lunch items on hand. I have breakfast items on hand. We are not breakfasty family people. Kids like eat cereal, or I'll make them eggs, or they can have, a lot of times we'll eat like protein bars for breakfast, but we're just not breakfasty people. Same with like lunch even. We'll snack a little bit, but we're not super lunch people. So really dinner is kind of the focus of our meal. Of course, the kids' foods are like really easy, and even when I plan out dinners, they often eat something different. So, but so for dinner, this week we are going to have steak with veggie, and that is actually going to be for tonight. Then we are going to have for Tuesday, we're going to have chicken fajitas. fajitas. I didn't even include the I. Oh, well, whatever. And I'm thinking weird here. And then we are going to have ribs on Wednesday. I had kind of already a baseline for what I was gonna do, and so I'm just getting the info down here with veggies and mac plus cheese for the boys. And then Thursday, we're going to do a spicy shrimp. Now, what you are not seeing is ahead of time, I kind of already Googled what the general idea of what I wanted to make. So if I'm looking for recipes or anything like that, I just kind of Google what I want and the general idea of what I want. We're trying to eat, more keto, a little bit less carb. We're not following it super strict, but we are trying to do that. So I'm focusing those kind of around the meals that I'm going to make. And of course, the hubby, he's a good cook too, so he helps me cook a lot. And so we're kind of just generalizing that around our dinner options, um, and going from there. So when I plan for a food item, I plan the meal first. So I decide what we want to eat and I put that down on paper. And then from there, and I'm going to go ahead and write the six down just in case. Look, I've got that. I can spell, guys, sometimes. With zoodles. Okay, so once I get the baseline for the foods that I want, or the meals that I want, I work on our shopping list. And probably again, what this is going to be used for when I have this shopping list, it's probably going to be used for when I run out of something. I'm going to write it down. I'm going to remember to buy it the next time I go. But when I'm actually making my list, I'm going to bring out my handy dandy Happy Planner notes. And of course, my Happy Planner stickers because Lordy knows I can't live without those. For meal planning. How could you not? I just want you all to know I've wanted a donut for like 5 days now, and I've held it back, but it's definitely not keto, but I really want them, really, really, really bad, and I am trying to convince myself I don't need it, but it's specifically a donut from a bakery that's here, but I want it so bad. I've yet to overcome it. I really have, and I'm sharing it with you because I just passed a donut sticker and I was like, oh, I don't need that, but it's not gone away. Like normally, like, oh, tomorrow I won't want that if I just don't eat it, I won't want it. But no. So I'm gonna put the donut stickers down and see if that satisfies my craving. If not, there could be a donut in my future because again, we're not being too strict on ourselves. Mainly because I feel like when you do, then you can sometimes be hard on yourself, and I'm just not in that I'm just not in that mind. Not really, not really the way I want to be. So I just kind of to add a couple stickers just to kind of colorful it up, make it look super fun. I'm not trying to overwhelm myself with it, just really, again, make it look happy and loved. And so I think I'm going to go ahead and stop with the stickering right there. Whoop. Um, and then from what I do, once I kind of generalize my meal plan of what our dinner options are going to be, I then look at the foods that we need for it. So I know that we need ribs, just based on looking at this. I know we're going to need frozen veggies. I love to buy fresh, but I generally often buy frozen because A, it's simpler a lot of times, and B, if we don't eat them at a certain date, we don't waste them. And so that's normally the reason why I choose that, depending on what we need. I need to buy shrimp. I need to buy, I think we have almond flour. I think we need chicken for the fajita mix. We have the other items. We need tortillas. So you can kind of get on, so on and so forth. So you go through your items that you need and you look at what you already have and what you need, and then you can choose from there. Another option is to look at the ingredients in your fridge that are soon to be expiring and then make meals around them. I'm going to be really honest with you, that is just like far too much effort in my in my world to like really put that much in there. So I don't normally do that. Again, I don't think it's a bad idea. I think it's a great idea. It's just like, do I really want to sit down and like go through what we already have and like figure that out? No, I really don't. Only if I like know offhand that there's something that's gonna go bad and I'm like, oh, I really need it. But and then I go through the list of the other foods that I know will consume, such as like chicken tenders for the boys. I like to have a lot of snack foods on hand, especially now that school's starting. We want to have lots of snack foods for them available and be able to do that. So I kind of go down the list of things that I need to add to that information. And then from there, if you like to work out of just your meal plan section, great. If you like to write it down somewhere else, I have been using this section in the bottom of my planner, and I've been writing it in each day, um, to right here, just to kind of write what we're going to have for dinner. I've been writing it down the morning of, so that way I don't actually I won't change it from that point forward. So even though we have, again, even though we have 6 options here, I'm going to pick one and I'm going to put it down for there. And then what I'm going to do when we're done eating it, I'm just going to put a little check mark up there and mark that we have successfully gone that route. And so you can kind of keep track really easily. Again, pick a date that you want to go shopping. So once you've prepared your list and you've prepared the list that you need to accompany it to go to the store with you, then pick a time and a date in your planner and throw that in there, and you're absolutely 100% good to go. Again, for me, I don't plan to bring my planner with me shopping. I plan to bring this and then I throw it away when I'm done. So, or whatever paper you want. And I have an on-the-go planner for Happy Planner that I'm going to throw this in, and it's just going to be there with me. So, for whatever planner you have on the go, it's just easier for me not to bring this whole thing in, but rather just a sheet in. And I like just being able to toss it out when I'm done. So, as I run out of things that are like, like almond flour, like something you're not going to buy every day, I'll use this section to remind myself that I need to buy it, and I'll try to coordinate it with the date range that I have. But bottom line is, you have a square for each week in this particular planner, so use it however you envision using it. When I start to plan the meals on hand, I normally just take another piece of scratch paper just like this and scribble some ideas on there, kind of look around at it, and then I convert them over to here and then throw that paper away, because some things on there I'm like, nah, nope, don't sound good, nope, don't want that, blah, 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 blah. And then, of course, sometimes making your list is something you need to do while standing in front of the fridge and checking everything over. It's also a great way to check low on other inventory like cream, sugar, milk, whatever you might use a lot in your family, and being able to track it from there. But I generally start around the meals and then work backwards from that portion. So I hope that that is helpful to you. Again, I think it's the easiest way I have ever found, rather than looking at the ingredients and building a meal from there. I find it's just easier to start with the meals you're going to eat and work backwards for what you need to do that. And then, of course, last, I may have mentioned it, but lastly, the most important thing you can do is go and put the time you're going to go shopping on that planner. And then another thing that I like to do from time to time, depending on what your list is, what's on your list, I like to go down and write the store I'm going to buy it from. So some stores obviously are better for some things than others. And so in this case, where are you going to buy a certain item from if you have to go to multiple grocery stores to get what you need? So that's another great way to do it. And then, of course, if you are a couponer, you can go back and check for coupons after the fact as well. So I hope you found this helpful. I am so glad you joined me today, and cannot wait to see you on future videos. Again, stay tuned for that winner of the Plum paper, which will be announced this week, and I cannot wait to share this beautiful planner with someone else because I'm so in love with it. So All right, everyone. Well, thank you again and have a great rest of your day. I'll see you next time.